Hey, I'm Artie Kennedy, and welcome to Last Week in Sports by Gladiator Nation Network. Two big wins, a tie, and one loss from our girls varsity soccer team this past week. They beat Port Jervis and Beacon, but came up one goal shy against Washingtonville, and the game at Newburgh ended 2-2. Sophia Feeney was a standout with goals in her back-to-back games in Newburgh and Beacon. Senior Jillian Brosnan with the lone goal from 30 yards out against Washingtonville, and Gigi Abogado scored off a corner kick versus NFA. And nobody brought it like freshman Emma Duffy with her intensity during a tough battle with Washingtonville. Come support the girls this week and the battle it out against Minnesink on October 5th and host Cornwall on the 7th for senior night at 6 p.m. We scored 11 goals in 4 games last week. Awesome job. Moving on to boys soccer. Last week we played 2 matches and won both. First, on Monday, September 27th, we beat Monticello 7-1. Braden Primus led the way with 3 goals, also known as a hat trick, and had an assist on the night. On Wednesday, we continued our winning ways by beating Port Jervis 9-0, and several players were involved in the scoring. However, the playoff seniors Ryan Zarelli on defense and Jason Lacoste on offense was noteworthy. While there is no photo evidence of these contests, believe me it was a sight to behold. On a side note, after the Port Jervis game on Wednesday, there was some wonderful bonding as both JV and varsity teams enjoyed a post-game meal at McDonald's. Fun was had by all. And remember Mr. Harris, real men love chicken nuggets.
They just couldn't believe that somebody would do all that running for no particular reason.
Why are you doing this?
I just felt like running.
In cross-country news, on September 25th, the Gladiators traveled to Six Flags Great Adventure in Jackson, New Jersey to compete at the Six Flags Wild Safari Invitational. The girls JV and varsity both raced to second place in the C races, while the boys freshmen placed third in the B race, and the boys varsity took 6th out of 22 teams field of the boys C race. The varsity girls team finished second overall. 3 senior leaders led the way. Kayla Schramm was the first of the 3 to cross the line. Schramm in second place finished with a season best time, and Christina Diorio followed in 7th place with a personal best. Isa Pinetto finished quickly behind Diorio. The varsity boys placed 6 out of 17 scoring teams in the varsity C race. Once again, Jackson Diglia led the charge, running a new personal best time to finish in 13th place. Caleb Ayau continued to work his way back up front, finishing in 25th place with a time of 17 minutes and 51 seconds. Next were the Gladiators with Joseph Carmona, who ran for a personal record. The final invitational of the season will take place on October 9th at the iconic Van Cortlandt Park, where Goshen will compete in the Manhattan Invitational. In the meantime, the Gladiators will compete in some dual meets and host Middletown and Beacon on October 6th for the final home meet of the season. Congrats to the volleyball team, who managed an impressive 3 wins in all 3 of their matches last week. They blanked Monticello on September 29th, shut out Port Jervis on the 27th, and only gave up 1 out of 4 games against Beacon on the 24th. Shout out to senior Laura Avery, who led the team with blocks and kills, as she is a big presence on the net. And also to Nikasandra Chan, who has been doing an excellent job leading the defense and been a strong, reliable server in the past few games. Speaking of Nikasandra, did anyone catch her sing the Star Spangled Banner at the homecoming game? Back to volleyball. Wish them luck this week in their games against Valley Central, Warwick, and Washingtonville. They're home on October 4th and October 7th. That's senior night. Come out and check them out.
I've been tried and you know I've been tested.
Now let's see what's happening with our swim team. They had a home meet against Rhinebeck on September 30th and managed a 91-74 win Congrats, girls. Here are the section qualifiers. In the 200-meter medley race, Marcy Bornhorst, Amanda Melly, Emily Kendrick, and Grace Raccio. For the 200-meter freestyle, we have Ileana Diaz, and in the 50-meter freestyle, we have Emily Kendrick. In the 500-meter freestyle, Ileana Diaz and Marcy Bornhorst. And in the 200-meter freestyle relay, we have Grace Raccio, Kyla Kropp, Amanda Melly, and Olivia Goronsky. In the 100-meter backstroke, Ileana Diaz. And lastly, in the 400-meter relay, Ileana Diaz, Marcy Bornhorst, Emily Kendrick, and Kyla Kropp. Congrats, girls. Keep it up.
Give you something to believe in. About to show you now that it's more than just a feeling. I was born.
On Friday, October 1st, varsity football faced off against Beacon City for the homecoming game, with a final score of 21-28. Down 21-0 at halftime, the Gladiators came out as a new team in the second half. After an early missed target, senior Gavin Dugan caught a 25-yard touchdown pass by sophomore Alex Ramos. Later on, Ramos had a 27-yard touchdown throw to senior Dom Guido as he completed 3 for 7 on the night, while running for 62 yards. Running with him was junior Michael Flores, who ran for 48 yards, and senior powerhouse Miguel Burgos, who carried for 140 yards and 1 touchdown. After all 3 scores in the last half, senior Danny Rudolph converted 3 out of 3 extra point kicks, along with an onside kick that was recovered by senior Fred Provenzo. Guido made some noise on defense with a leading 7 tackles during the game, but our defense needs to step up and play all 4 quarters to turn our season around. Come watch our last home game against NFA Friday, October 8th, and don't forget to check out the G-Town Prep page to support this week's color out. That's all for this week. Tune in next week to catch more highlights from your favorite players and teams. Keep it going, Gladiator Nation.